Chapter 6. The Great Indian Desert. There is an area which is big, dry, sandy and rocky towards the west of northern plains. This is known as the Great Indian Desert. This is also called as the Thar Desert. Since a desert receives very little rain, it has a very few plants and animals. Location and extent. The Great Indian Desert is about 800 kilometers long and 500 kilometers wide. It stretches from the Aravalli Hills in the east to the border of Pakistan in the west. It extends from Run of Kutch in the southwest to the border of Haryana. The major part of western Rajasthan lies in this desert. The Great Indian Desert. Climate. Deserts have extreme types of climate. During summer, the days are very hot and dry. Relative humidity is extremely low. Rainfall is scanty, occasional and uncertain. In winter, the days are pleasant but the nights become very cold. Sand dune. Fact box. The Sahara Desert in Africa is the world's largest desert. Vegetation and landforms. As the land is dry and there is very little vegetation, soil erosion takes place due to wind blowing across. The hot winds carry a lot of sand with them. Severe dust storms are common. The desert is full of small hills of sand. These hills are called sand dunes. These dunes do not remain at one place because of sandstorms. They keep moving from one place to another. An oasis. There are no permanent rivers in the Great Indian Desert due to little rainfall, so there is a shortage of water. People have to walk many kilometers to fetch water from wells. Thus, life in the desert is very tough. The underground water comes up to the surface at a few places and forms big pools. Such a spot in the desert is called an oasis. Many people live near the oasis and grow crops like wheat, gram, jowar, bajra and maize. The Indira Gandhi Canal, which starts from the river Satluj, provides water to parts of the Thar Desert. These have now become green. People of desert on camel. People. The main occupation of the people in the desert area is rearing sheep and goats. The owners of these animals move from one place to another in search of grass along with their animals. They do not have a fixed home. These people are called nomads. Fact box. Rajasthan has the largest number of sheep in India. It is difficult to build roads and railway lines in the desert. Camels are the chief mode of transport. A camel can live for many days without food and water. It is very useful in a desert. Therefore, camels are called the sheep of the desert. People of Rajasthan. The people of Rajasthan love to wear colorful clothes. Women wear ghagra choli and odhni. Men wear dhoti kurta and big turban. The major festivals of Rajasthan are the Desert Festival, Gangaur, Tej, Holi, Dussehra, Diwali and Eid. Jaipur is the capital city. It is called the Pink City. Jaisalmer, Ganganagar, Bikaner, Suratgarh and Jodhpur are the major cities in this region. These cities are famous for historical buildings and beautiful tourist places. Fact box. Bikaner is the biggest wool center in our country. Let's remember. The Great Indian Desert lies to the west of the northern plains. The Great Indian Desert lies mostly in the state of Rajasthan. The small hills of sand in the desert are called sand dunes. The small area in a desert where water and trees are found is called an oasis. The camels are called the sheep of the desert. Words treasure. Desert, an area of land with very little rainfall and vegetation. Sand dunes, hills of sand. Oasis, green and watery spot in the desert. Scanty, too small in size or amount. Underground, under the surface of the ground. Dust storm, a storm carrying a cloud of dust. Nomads, people traveling from place to place.